So today's topic is homeostasis. What do you understand by the term homeostasis? Homeostasis is the maintenance of nearly constant internal environment, or in simpler words, balancing our internal environment. For example, our body temperature, our BP, and etc. Who coined this term? From where this term came from? It was coined by Walter Cannon in 1929. So, if the state of homeostasis is disturbed, what do you think? What will happen? Absolutely right. That is a state of disease. In the state of disease, anything will be wrong. For example, your BP could be high or it could be low. Then the kidneys could be damaged. Your heart will not function properly. Before we start, we should know what is extracellular and intracellular fluid. Okay, so let's imagine this is our blood vessel. This is our cell, and here is the nucleus. Now, between them, we have interstitial space. Inside the cell, we will have intracellular fluid. Then, extracellular fluid will be in the blood vessel and in the interstitial space. That is extracellular fluid. Extracellular fluid consists of nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, wastes also, and ions like sodium, chloride, and bicarbonate. And in intracellular fluid, it contains potassium phosphate, and magnesium. Now, with the help of these, we will understand the extracellular fluid transport and mixing system. It consists of two stages. First stage is where the blood is moving in the blood vessel through the blood vessel, and in the second stage is there will in the capillaries. For example, here is the capillaries, and we have the cells here, and we have veins, and here is the veins and arteries. Now there will be mixing, that is bouncing in and out, doesn't matter which direction. It leads to homogeneity. It bouncing in or out, there will be mixing. So this because of the mixing, there will be homogeneity, and capillaries are impermeable to plasma proteins and permeable to most of the other components in our cell, in our body. Hence, this is really necessary for maintaining homeostasis. Now, the question comes from where is the origin? The origin is absolutely correct, from the respiratory system. Then we have from the GI system. Then we have from the liver, and then finally we have from the muscles. Why muscles? Muscles, because if there was no motility, if there was no power, we couldn't have reached to get our food, to ingest our food by our own hands. Hence, the muscle provide us with motility. Now, from where it is removed? The removal process is again by the respiratory system in the form of carbon dioxide removal. Then we have GI system in the form of feces. Then from the kidneys by urination, and it also absorbs and reabsorbs, which are important for us. Then in liver by detoxification. It is regulated by two of the system, that is nervous system and hormone system. And how we are protected? We are protected by our immune system, which consists of T cells, B cells, T helper, T killer, and the lymph nodes, the lymphatic vesicles. And we have integumentary system, that is our nails, hair. How is homeostasis controlled? Homeostasis has to be controlled, which is by three processes. The three processes are positive feedback. Second process will be the negative feedback. The third will be the feed forward. Maybe we are thinking that positive feedback will be the most common in our system, but no. Actually, negative feedback is the most common system. So let's talk about negative feedback first. In negative feedback, when there is increase in stimulus, the body will try to decrease it. For example, increase in stimulus, the body will try to decrease it. For example, When there is increase in carbon dioxide concentration in our body, it will increase pulmonary ventilation, thereby decreasing carbon dioxide concentration in our body. So increase in carbon dioxide concentration leading to increase in pulmonary ventilation, which will further lead to decrease in carbon dioxide concentration in the blood. The second, the baroreceptors. During exercise, the BP, the blood pressure will increase, but after exercise, the blood pressure will decrease. So BP after exercise it decreases, and during exercise it will increase. And the third example for here could be the endocrine system. Most of our endocrine regulation is happened by negative feedback, the 99% of the time. For example, in the menstrual cycle phase, when there is increase in estrogen, there will be decrease in FSH. So increase in estrogen will lead to decrease in FSH, leading to negative feedback. As FSH increases estrogen, and when estrogen will increase, there will be negative feedback to the FSH. Now, how do we understand that there's something happen? So for this, we use a terminology called gain. Formula for gain is correction by system by error. We need to take an example here. A patient came to the hospital for the blood transfusion. Let's say at one point his baroreceptors were not working, and on the second point, his baroreceptors were working. So when the baroreceptors were not working after the blood transfusion, from 10 it increases to 20. The normal is 10, hypothetically. It increases to 20. Now when the baroreceptors are working, the BP will increase to 15. We can see there is a change of 5. Now, but how much is the gain? So gain will be 15 minus 20 upon 5. The error is 5 only. So minus 5 by 5, which gives us value of minus 1. So the gain here is minus 1. This is how we calculate the gain in our system. Now let's talk about the positive feedback. By the terminology, we understand that it would be the best of best, but unfortunately it can lead to death also. Death in cases of hemorrhagic shock. And how it is helpful during the parturition, during the delivery of the baby. When there is contraction, there will be release of oxytocin. When there will be more contraction, there will be release of more oxytocin. Hence, there is a positive feedback and the baby comes out. Parturition or delivery. Another example could be the nerve stimulation. And one more example could be the coagulation cascade. When there is bleeding from your from a cut, there will be increase in coagulatory factors, which will help you coagulate the site. Now, the last one is the feed forward. Feed forward happens when there is actually no stimulus. For example, when you are planning to do workout, the body is not working out yet, but still the brain gets a signal that you are working out. You have to work out. So it will automatically activate your baroreceptors, and during the workout, it will fix the blood pressure, in which there will be increase in blood pressure. So feed forward is, in terminology, we can say anticipatory, meaning there is no stimulus as of now, but still the body is thinking there is stimulus. So it's helping our body for the next steps we are going to take. So that's all for today. Thank you.